Hi there, this is Bridget from the PlannerSpeechie. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be planning for the week of August 23rd to the 29th. This is the last full week in August, woohoo! And we are moving right on up from summer to fall, although it was 90 something degrees here this week. So it doesn't really feel like fall, but I am trying to push it by drinking fall flavored drinks and wearing darker colors. So we'll see what ends up happening. This is my second full week as a CF SLP in an elementary school and a middle school. So I am going to be talking about that, but first let's get to the kit. This is from ChicBlossomPrints. This is my favorite art for planning that exists out there. A lot of shops carry this art. I really like what she did with it. I love the glitter elements to it. Not the glitter, what is it? Foil elements to it. Oh my god. Like, look at how gorgeous that is. It's just stunning. So as soon as she posted this, I knew I had to buy it. It is no longer available, unfortunately. However, you should check out her shop. I did buy it in March, so I've been holding on to it for a while. But it's called Queen Bee. So this is the formatting of her new kits. I love those bumblebees. They're so beautiful. Okay, so we've seen the gorgeous cover art. It came with this incredible sheet of deco stickers. Actually, I may have purchased these separately. I can't remember. But look how sweet that deco is. Oh my gosh. Like, it's so beautiful. So then, of course, we have the functionals page with all the icons. I like that this is included here now. I think it's going to be very useful. We've got some really pretty foiled, lots of flags here. Gosh, I hope I can use them all. 2 weekly trackers, my. And then look at this washi. Oh my gosh, could you just eat it up? It is stunning. And I love the foiled headers. They're just beautiful. And then last but not least, very hard to read, but these are the days of the week and with the dates. So you can only really see it in the foil. It's very difficult to read. Still pretty though. Plus 2 foiled full weekly trackers. When I get kits like this, I'm almost a little sad because I know I'm not going to be able to use all of the stickers, but holy moly, look at that foil. So there we go. Now, full disclosure, today, the day that I'm filming this, is not Monday. It is Thursday. This week got ahead of me. I wanted to film both Plan With Me's, one right after the other. This is the Plan With Me from last week. I will link it in the cards up here. It didn't happen, and it's making me think that I really can only plan 1 week at a time. So I'm going to back plan from this way onward. It's going to be more like memory keeping. This way is planning, and then hopefully I will be able to film again on Sunday for the following week. Although part of why I didn't film it was because I was still getting meeting updates. And I still kind of am. Schools run very differently than corporate businesses. Sometimes you don't know when your meeting is going to be until the day of. I've had people change the times of meetings in other meetings that I wasn't invited to, and then I'm told later about it, like through the grapevine. Like there's no email telling me when the meeting happens. So it makes doing something like this, where I like to have everything sort of planned out in advance, really difficult. But anyway, I am going to go to town. I opted to use this kit because, hey, it is kind of the last week of summer. But also, I wanted to use a back to school kit, but I realized you can only use those like once a year. So even if I bought the art for it and I used it consistently every year, I have this. I need to be a queen bee this week. I need to be a busy bee this week. so it still works. All right, I am going to speed things along, come back to you in a voiceover, and see you soon. Hello, friends. Thanks again for watching. I'm really sad that I'm not more savvy about filming, because if I was going to pick a piece of music to use with this video, it would be Queen Bee. It's the name of the song from the Emma soundtrack. I don't know if anyone has seen that film, but it is one of my favorites, and I've probably listened to the music for that soundtrack driving to work every day for the last 2 weeks in some form or another. But the man who plays Mr. Knightley is also a singer, and he sings the key credit song, and it's called Queen Bee. Let me see if I can find the information. That's what I wish I could have on while this is happening. Johnny Flynn is his name. Anyway, so I'll just tell you, I started off just putting all the headers down, putting all the regular art down. So this part's a little boring to watch, but this was the first week of meeting students, meeting parents, and this was a very interesting take on what happens from the SLP perspective. Generally, nobody really knew who I was or cared who I was, but that's okay. Again, I didn't cover up the flower because I just thought it looked too pretty. But this was a very busy week. I am currently doing this voiceover on Sunday, the 29th, so there's definitely a lot to be said for this week. It went by super fast. I honestly, as I was filming it and trying to track everything, I had a hard time figuring out what went where. But oh my gosh, I just love how gorgeous this washi is. You're gonna see also later on, I kind of fiddled with my X-Acto knife, which was dangerously broken. The blade somehow got loose. Very dangerous. So be careful with your X-Acto knives, people, because I fixed it later, but you'll see me do some kind of treacherous thing. You should also notice that I did not fix my manicure, and I actually turned it into a communication experience because one of the students that I work with in what's called an extensions class, it's a special ed class for more students with more needs physically. This student did not use speech to talk or communicate, but she was very physical. And so I said, my thumbs are red, and she pressed them together. And then I pulled them apart and she pressed them together again. And so we had a little conversation about the nails. So it was worth it. But yeah, you can make a conversation out of anything. It's really remarkable. And kids, they want to converse with you, which is the coolest part. So this kit has so many incredible stickers. I didn't get to use all of them. I could use this kit for days and days and days. I kind of wish I'd bought two. I never do that, but I kind of wish I had. So zooming in, looking ahead to the week, I was going to use this tracker, and again, you know, I'm not going to the gym every day anymore. It's just too hard. But trying to figure out what to track was a little tough. And so I really had to think about, okay, what do I need to do this week? And I love that the planner forces me to do that. The stickers kind of guide my planning, and it's super helpful. And every kit does things a little bit, every shop does it a little bit differently. So I like that I can change it up because then it's not always the same. I decided to use a quote box this week because I didn't really have room for a lot else. So I ended up using an extra header and some deco. I ultimately chose this really beautiful, what is that called? The storage pillar. It's really beautiful. So I found this quote. I was Googling bees and bee quotes, and this popped up, and I really I'm so glad that I have it in there. Do small things with great love. I think that the lesson I'm learning quickly as a CF is that Everything we do is important, and it's not always noticeable that it's important. But as long as we're doing it with love and compassion and joy, then it is the right thing to do. You know, not everything is paperwork, not everything is lesson planning. Sometimes with a lack of knowledge, the best thing you can do is just be there, physically be there, and that makes all the difference. I did end up using a cleaning tracker, which I mostly stuck to, I think. Kind of. But I keep reading in all of these health things, it says that you're supposed to tidy for 10 to 15 minutes a day. Sorry, that got cut off. There was a Hello Monday sticker that came with the kit, so I figured I'd use it. Mondays, thankfully, because I was able to sort of manage my schedule. Oh, there's the X-Acto knife issue. Be careful. Because I can work on my own schedule, what's great is that I was able to give myself a little bit of a break on Monday morning. So the first child I see isn't until 9, and I get to work at 7, which gives me 2 hours to kind of play around with things if I have to do evaluations, if I have to do meetings. You know, a lot of parents, they would prefer to do meetings before 9, especially the ones that work remote or have different hours. So I think that was a very smart, it just kind of worked out. I can't say that I really planned that well, but Monday we had the open house, which was really special. We got to actually see kids and their families, and that was great. Some of these kids dressed up to the nines. They were wearing their Sunday best. Some of the girls had really big poofy skirts on. The boys had suits and ties on. It was so cute, and it was mostly the kindergarten that walked down my hallway. So I spent a lot of time, though, the first few days of this week looking at IEPs, highlighting things, trying to organize everyone, trying to figure out, you know, when their IP end date is, who their case manager was, et cetera, et cetera. So Tuesday was kind of a crazy day. I was running around. Literally, I had to go to another school to pick up audiometers. We found out that our mass screening for pre-K, kindergarten, and first grade, that's the hearing screening, that's coming up in a couple of weeks. So I literally, tomorrow I have to remember to draft an email or a letter to send home with the kids, not an email. So that was a chunk of my time just driving around. I got lost twice, which sucked, but you know, it is what it is. My GPS doesn't love to work for some reason, and I have to figure that out. I think it has to do with the software updating on my car, but we'll see. But I ended up driving to a different area of Charlotte, and that was really fun. And thankfully, nobody was expecting me at a certain time in a hard way, so it was okay. But later that evening, I stayed up way too late. And what happens with me is if I stay up too late, my whole circadian rhythm resets. And so then I can't fall asleep even though I'm tired. And there's nothing worse than that feeling and then knowing you have to wake up and then also knowing you have to drive. I don't think I'm ever going to be so tired that I'm not going to be able to focus on driving though, because the adrenaline kicks in pretty hard for me still. I like to, I'm glad that that's still the case. This was the first day of school, so I marked it with the queen bee sticker and a little honeycomb deco. I ended up needing to buy gas sooner than I needed because I did all that running around the day before. I got to do a Zoom with my husband, which I loved. We ended up watching a show together virtually, which was really fun. And I decided to use the full to-do list this week. Oh, that's a really sweet sticker from, oh my gosh. I'm forgetting it now. I'll have to put it in later. Okay, so I was organizing my students, looking at IEPs. I had more training in how to make plans of care and updating those plans of care within the system. We did make I made my bulletin board, finally, the one that's actually behind my head, and it looks pretty great. So I'm happy with it. I ended up using like a cloud motif, and my supervisor had a great idea to do like a similar opposites thing with it. So it's really great. Those are Once More with Love Garfield stickers. So that was the first day of middle school for me. Technically, they had their first day the day before that, but I hadn't been in the middle school for a full day since I started this job. So that was really fun to just be there. I got to break in with the special needs kids. I got to do a Zoom later at night with a friend, and I think when I was filming this that we hadn't actually done it yet. So I was just really excited to be Zooming and reconnecting. I did a lot more professional development, updating those POCs, contacts. I had a call with the middle school lead SLP who clarified so many things for me. I still have quite a few things to work out with my middle school schedule, but on Friday, when I was back at the elementary school, I was able to finalize my schedule. And when I say finalize, I do mean, you do what you can. I put a little I did it sticker at the end because I wanted to mark that I was going to celebrate at home by myself and just relax. And I did. So I had to do a self-assessment, which goes into my evaluations for my CF, but also for my school. So they're kind of blended together, I think. I don't know if we're going to separate them. But I had to finish updating those plans of care. I visited that class on the playground, and it was really fun. I had a chat with my supervisor, and I did not end up buying a birthday card for my mother-in-law because my husband did it. That's why he's in New York. So on Saturday, I had planned to go to the library. I marked off that it was my mother-in-law's birthday, and I wanted to Zoom with her, but I ended up actually getting invited to go have a drink with my new supervisor and her husband at a brewery that I'd never been to, and it was so much fun. I was really, really grateful to have that. So, I feel really blessed with my supervisor. She's just so nice and so supportive of me. So I'm now at the point where I can only do errands on the weekends, and just like everybody else now, that flexibility of my schedule is completely gone. This morning I ended up getting all of my errands done before 10 a.m., which was shocking. I did sleep in. I slept in a whole half hour on Saturday. My cat woke me up, and then I ended up just kind of being lazy in bed for a while. But I got a lot of stuff done. Just marking off, using those cute icons that come with the kit, all the things that I needed to do. Making sure that I did my laundry, which I did. So cleaning the bedroom, filming the Plan With Me, which is what I haven't done that yet actually for this week. So hopefully I can do that. I had marked off that it was going to be a movie night. I was going to treat myself to a movie, but I ended up not doing that because I went to the brewery. So that didn't really happen. There was also a Spirit Day on Friday, and I was allowed to wear jeans and a t-shirt with a school of my choosing. Either it was the name of the elementary school shirt, which I only have one, so I didn't wear it, but I could also wear a college shirt because the theme of the elementary school is school proud, college bound. I wanted to do a lot of reading today and resting. I did do some resting. I did not do my workout or my nature walk today. It just didn't happen, which is a shame. Maybe I'll be able to do it another time. I did tidy the apartment. I did clean Vinny's litter box. I am not cooking for the week, but when I went to the grocery store, I got appropriate meals that don't require a lot of work. So there we go. So here it is, the final product. This looks great. I have to fill in this space here, and I was gonna put the deco on the top, and then I realized why. This is my favorite art. I'd rather incorporate it all the time year round. So yeah, this is my week. I think it's pretty full, pretty busy. This doesn't even encompass a lot of like my emotional state, how I've been feeling. Yeah, but I really love how this came out. It's just so shiny and pretty. I definitely feel inspired and excited and oh my goodness. Well, anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please stay tuned for future videos and CFY tips. If you are a seasoned SLP and you would like to provide me with any insight, please feel free to reach out to me on the YouTube channel or at BHeartSpeech on Instagram. Thank you so much and have a fantastic, busy week.